Hi everyone, this is a video where we're going to make use of similarity. As you can see, we have a triangle, but inside the triangle we have another triangle, and we need to prove that the two triangles are similar. So what I mean is the question says prove that triangle ABC, which is the big one, can you see here, ABC, we need to prove that it's similar. That's the similarity symbol, similar to triangle ADE, which is this one here, the smaller one. Can you see it? Some important information to take note of is that this line here is parallel to this line. It's indicated with the one arrow. And then they also gave us some values for some of the sides, but the side here, AE, is not known, so it has the variable x, and we need to determine the value of x once we've proven that these two triangles are similar, and we will be able to do that. So first, I just want to say, remember that there's always the same method that we follow when we prove that two triangles are similar, and it goes like this. We always start by saying in triangle ABC and triangle ADE colon. That's always how we start. We're following a specific method, and I want you to always do it like that. So in triangle ABC and triangle ADE colon. Now we need to list the things that are the same. Now we are working towards one of two conditions. Now the two conditions that we have is, I just want to write it here in pencil, is either SSS or AAA. Now SSS means side, side, side. It means that all the corresponding sides are in the same proportion, and the AAA means all the angles are exactly the same. Now the one that we think we might be dealing with is angle, 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 because the side, side, side one won't work because we have an X here, meaning that we don't know what this side is. So we're going to work with the AAA condition. So we first need to say what is which angles are the same, because remember, this condition states that all the corresponding angles are exactly the same. So what are we going to do? We're going to say that this angle here, look at this angle here, the angle at A. Can you see that this angle is the same angle for the small triangle and the big triangle? So it's the same for them both. So the way we're going to indicate this is just by saying angle A is equal to angle A, and we'll just say it has a common, it's a common angle. Let's say for both triangles. Okay, it's a common angle for both triangles. That's the first thing that we can say is the same. Now, what about these two angles here? Have a look at these two. This one here, angle ADE, so it's for the smaller triangle. Won't this be the same as this angle here, angle ABC, for the bigger triangle? Because if you think of your parallel lines, if you have a situation where you have this is like an upside down F, and if these two lines are parallel, then these angles must be the same. Okay, so it's called the the corresponding angle rule. Okay, so we will say that angle ADE, don't just say angle D, because it can be this angle or it can be that angle. So we have to be specific. Angle ADE So ADE is equal to angle ABC. ABC. Okay, and then we will give our reason, and our reason will be corresponding angles are equal. So corresponding angles are equal. And on top of that, we also need to say that we have parallel lines, because if we don't have parallel lines, these two angles cannot be the same. Okay, so we have to say DE is parallel, this is DE, it's parallel to BC. Okay, you have to put that in your reason as well. So now we have one angle and we have another angle. So we have two of the three angles. We need to have one more angle, and we'll find that one here. This angle here, it's indicated with a dot, is equal to this angle here. Same reason. Once again, we have the corresponding angles. So it's like we have a situation like this. These two are parallel, so that angle must be equal to that angle. So we have corresponding angles again. We have to be specific once again when we indicate the angles. So it's angle AED. Angle AED is equal to angle ACB. ACB. Once again, it's corresponding angles that are equal. So corresponding, let me just write it shorter, are equal. And let's say once again DE parallel to BC has to be included in our reason. Okay. Then so now we've proven that they are similar, so because we have three angles that are the same, so we can say therefore triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADE, and our reason in brackets is angle, angle, angle. So we are done with question 1, which said that we need to prove that they are similar. Now we go to question B, which says, so let's just say here, this is A, and then we go to B. Now we need to determine the value of X. Now, because we know they are similar, we also know that the corresponding sides must be in the same proportion. Okay, the corresponding sides must also be in the same proportion. And that we're going to use to calculate the value of X. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to find the corresponding sides. So one would be AD and AB. So let's say AD over AB, AD over AB. Can you see that they are corresponding sides? This one here, AD for the smaller triangle, and then AB for the bigger triangle. So we put the smaller over the bigger is also equal to the corresponding sides that we have on this side. So AE over AC. So equals AE over AC. And you'll see that what I did here is I took the smaller side over the bigger side. The smaller side over the bigger side. You can also say the bigger side over the smaller side equals the bigger side over the smaller side. But the reason why I said the smaller over the bigger is because then X will be in our numerator, which makes it easier to solve our equation. If you have X, your unknown, in your denominator, it becomes just a bit more tricky to solve. Okay. So make sure when you set up your equation like this with the corresponding sides, with the proportions, that you make sure that your unknown, your X, or whatever variable it is part of your numerator. Okay, so let's now continue by substituting it with the values. So AD we have is 4. So we have 4 over AB. AB is 4 plus 2, right? Because this is 2, that is 4. So in total we have 6. So 4 over 6 equals AE over AC. AE is the x. And then AC is x plus 3. Okay, x plus 3. Okay, so in this case, now it didn't really help to make the numerator x, because in the denominator we also have x plus 3 because it's the total length here. So anyways, doesn't really matter now. So now what we need to do is we want to get rid of the denominator. So we will have to multiply with x plus 3. And we'll have to do it on both sides. Okay, so let's just say here, multiply with x plus 3. So we'll get 4 over 6 multiplied with x plus 3, because we have to multiply on both sides. Because what you do on the one side, you have to do on the other side. So on the right side, we are left with x. On the left side, we have 4 over 6 multiplied with x plus 3 in brackets. But now we still have the 6 here. Okay, so to get rid of the 6, we have to multiply with 6. Okay, so when we multiply with 6, we get rid of the 6 there. And then we have to multiply with the 6 on the right side as well. Okay, I'm just going to move the camera slightly down. Okay. Now we use the distributive law. So 4 times x will give us 4x, and 4 times positive 3 will give us positive 12 equals 6x. We want all the x's on the one side, 4x to the right side, so 12 remains on the left side. 6x minus 4x, so that will give us 2x as equal to 12, and then we need to divide with 2 to get rid of the 2. Okay, so x will be equal to 6. Now you can check your answer. Okay, so x is equal to 6. We can check our answer. So let's go back to the drawing. If we say this is 6 now, let's just see if the proportions are still the same. So let's just say here check. We say 4, so let's say 4 over, so it's this one, over the bigger one, over 6 is equal to, and this one is 6 over 6 plus 3, which is the bigger side, which is 9. So 4 over 6 will give us 2 over 3 if we simplify it, and 6 over 9 also gives us 2 over 3. They are the same, so we know that we didn't make a mistake. Right. Thank you all for watching. Hope this is helpful.